Dreams. Everybody has dreams. Secret ambitions. Interesting ideas that they want to one day realize in the future. These things are common to us all. But there's one thing that happens when you make a commitment and decide that you want to make your idea something real. And at that moment, you start to notice a chain of events begin to happen. It's like serendipity, it's like synchronicity. Suddenly, you start to see things that you hadn't noticed before. For instance, you want to start a restaurant, one of my favorite examples. And the moment you make your commitment and say, you know what, I'm going to do this thing in the next few years, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to start small, but I'm going to start a restaurant. The moment you make that commitment, you start to notice things about restaurants you didn't notice before. You start to notice where they place their kitchens. When you go into a restaurant, you start to notice the fabric of the seats. You start to see things in your world that you hadn't seen before. But that's not all. Once you commit yourself to your dream, you find that opportunities seem to crop up and come into your life that weren't there before. It's as if your commitment triggers some sort of cosmic cycle. Now, of course, you know what the law of attraction people say. They say that when you intend and commit to do something, it causes the universe, they say, to bring opportunities and try to work with you to help you achieve your goal. I don't know so much about that, but I do know there is a phenomenon where perhaps because you have committed yourself, you are more open to opportunities and you start to notice them more readily. So you notice, oh, there's an opportunity for me to further my restaurant business, which you wouldn't have noticed if you hadn't committed yourself to that goal. When a dream becomes a goal, it begins the process. It's sort of the first stage on the journey to realizing that goal. Making that commitment, saying it's no longer just a dream up in the air, fantasy, it's something I'm going to do. I'm not saying it has to be a smart goal. I'm not saying it has to be a time-bound goal. But you do have to make a commitment. And one word of caution about dreams and ideas and future plans and visions. All of them have an expiry date. It's not the same expiry date. I mean, for some, it's a short span of time for you to seize the opportunity and then the opportunity is gone. For others, you can have a dream for 25 years and it still burns in your heart and you're waiting for that opportunity to come. But once you commit, you will notice when the opportunities come to take the first steps, the small steps, the baby steps, and the next steps. And you start to move onward towards that goal, towards that dream. So there is an expiry date. And after that, you generally don't find you have the internal resources, the motivation, or even the opportunity out in your world to make it a reality. So when the opportunity comes around once or twice or 3 times, seize that opportunity. It might not come around again. The thing about seizing your dream, as I said, it starts with this first stage, the stage of commitment, a stage where your idea, your vision, your dream, your future plan starts to define aspects of your world. It starts to bring in opportunities, like we say. It starts to open your eyes to new ideas, to new things. At this stage of definition, at this stage where it starts to describe parts of your world, your idea or your dream is fueled almost entirely by confidence. And confidence, what is confidence? It's a thing we all need in life, but it's not so easy to quantify. I remember seeing an ad long time ago It was a beer ad on TV, and it had Bruce Willis. And Bruce Willis is at some bar drinking, I don't know, it might have been Michelob beer, I can't tell. And two gorgeous women come in and stand at the bar. And he turns and looks at us in the camera and says, I need a guy. One guy. A guy with a lot of confidence. Basically the idea, yeah. So he needs a guy with a lot of confidence because seizing that kind of dream, those two gorgeous women, he needs someone to take the other one, so he takes one, but it has to be a guy with lots of confidence. So confidence, it's the ingredient that makes you commit to your dream. And it's the ingredient that pushes you forward from a fancy idea in your mind to a real goal that you actually want to accomplish, something you have decided you're going to do. Now, the thing about this commitment stage, this defining stage or describing stage, is that when your gears get in motion and you decide one of these days I'm going to make this thing a reality, or in a few days or in a few weeks or months or years, and your commitment gets into play, it's one of the most exciting parts of starting something new, starting a new project. In fact, there's only one stage that's more exciting than this, and that's the final stage where you realize it, where there you are, you see your restaurant on opening night and people are coming in to eat, or where you see your magazine is first printed and there it is on the newsstands, where you take your first trip with your exotic tour company, taking your first tour to some exotic location like Bali or Timbuktu. Those are really the most, the realization, those are the most exciting times of starting something, seeing it actually real in the real world, where it's running. But almost as exciting is where you first realize and decide, I'm going to make this a reality. A rush fills you, energy fills you. And it's at that point that you start the journey from your dream to its reality. This is Salmon Kitololo, and you've been watching Out of the Blue. If you like what you've watched, please do the normal YouTube things, like, subscribe, and share please on your social media so that more people can see this video, and I'll really appreciate that. And I'd like to invite you to join me next time here on Out of the Blue, where we'll be exploring the second stage on the journey to making your dream a reality, the relocating stage, where you move from your comfort zone to your confidence zone. See you next time.